Now, I did speak about previously about things that are going to be introduced into the game to increase our power level, and one of it being a new item, a new artifact, basically being called cores or demon cores, call it what you will, and it's going to have some unique gimmick to it, and ultimately it will give us some sort of buff for the characters, right? And so with that, we are going to be getting a bit of a jump for our power level, which is heavily needed, especially with the power level now moving over to the million mark, right? So gotta cater to the power level increase for the game itself. Now, with all of that, there might be a new job change in the work. So obviously, what was it? An update or so ago, got the Monarch of Shadows Soul Shepherd. Now, by far, in my opinion, best costume. Loving it. I wish they kept the version of the mask. You know what they should do? Make it so that there's different chroma variants. If they're doing it with the other characters, with their other costume, they should really commit to doing it the same for JINWOO. Because I really messed with that mask that he had, that the original version of this costume. But obviously, as you guys can see, you know, they kind of, I mean, I do like the arm part, that looks pretty dope. But either way, the costume is absolutely badass, and we can't take that away, of course. Now, with this Monarch of Shadows Soul Shepherd, as you guys can see, there were certain conditions, and from all of that, we had a total power increase and points to be gained, stat points, of course. But more importantly, we got probably the best DPS ruin in the game, right? These new ruins, the Sonic Stream ruins, insane amount of power. They possess so much damage potential, right? It's crazy. And this is one of the big things that we're starting to see now, that every time we head over to a new job change, it seems that, I mean, so far the developers are 2 for 2 when it comes to new ruins that are breaking the game, right? Technically speaking, the Sonic Stream did actually break the game to where they had to actually buff up every other ruin. So technically speaking, it's valid. Now, with all of that, what if I told you that maybe we got ourselves another job change coming about? Maybe it being called Twilight Lord. I don't know. I don't know about that one, Shiny. Monarch of Shadows, Twilight Lord. I don't know. How the hell do you go from that to then? I don't know. If that's the name, then so be it. If that's the name, then so be it. I don't know what to make of it. Every time I think of Twilight, I always think about the movies. You know, the werewolf and the vampire. I don't know what's going on anymore. You know what? If it gets us stronger, then I'll take it, regardless of the name. But so yeah, Monarch of Shadows, Twilight Lord. What are we all thinking? Now, one of the conditions is you have to do Chapter 18 on hard mode. Right. So one of the stipulations is that Chapter 18. Obviously, we last left off with where I think it was Chapter 15, where you would have to, in order to get to the Soul Shepherd Monarch job change, you would have to beat the boss on Chapter 15. And so with the next job change, the requirement won't only just be to complete Chapter 18, of course. It will also require probably some maybe a total power for Sun Jin-woo, because that's a theme that they keep on. So the last requirement was 90k power level, if I'm correct in saying, and so going forward, I don't know, it might ask for, like, make sure he's at 120, which should be doable, to be fair. So yeah, this was the last. So it's going to be clear story. What Chori? What? Clear story Chapter 18 on hard mode. That will be the one of the conditions for the new job change. They'll probably keep the power level, because it's kind of a thing that they keep on now. So it'll probably jump up to either 100k or 120, one of the two. And then if they want to do a third stipulations, then they can do so. It could be clear Battlefield of Trials floor 40 or 45. I know 40 was very difficult beforehand. Some people may actually still struggle to this day. So, I mean, yeah, they could make it so that you have to clear the 40th floor, or 45, one of the two, if they keep on with Battlefield of the Trials, which I think they will, because they are adding more to it. So that might be, well, the first one is definite. Chapter 18 is 100% is one of the conditions that we have to push through if you haven't done so already. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to a new job change, the one thing that I'm really excited about is not really the costume or the extra points or anything like that. It's the ruin. We've seen the Armor Break ruin, we've seen the Sonic Stream ruin. They are top tier, they're amazing. One provides you with an immense amount of break, and certain ones do give you good damage, right? Or maybe defense increase, or allowing you to do a little bit more damage. And then you got the Sonic Stream, which basically just piles on a ridiculous amount of damage, right? Full on DPS. And so we've got our Armor Break, we've got our DPS. What more could we get? What's the next ruin that we could get catered to? Again, as I've mentioned, the developers are 2 for 2 with how amazing these new ruins are. So I forgot that I spoke about this a while back. Obviously Alpha did inform us about this, but obviously with things that have happened, everything's been cleared, GG. But we did get a glimpse of 2 new skill ruins that have still yet to be added into the game. We know that one of them, being Sonic Stream, is now officially in the game, but this skill right here is still yet to be seen, and so that could very well be the final skill ruin to be added as the 3rd new skill ruin for the I mean, this kind of fits the name Twilight Lord, does it not? Kind of gives me like that galaxy type of feeling. I mean, maybe because it looks like purple. Yeah, I'm just kind of shooting my shot here. I don't know. But it kind of, I mean, it does it not? I might trip. Come on, it does. The little particles, I mean, it kind of looks like stars. I might be going crazy. All right, cool. So obviously I've spoken about it to say that, you know, this is kind of similar on the line of like the Liberation, the Finisher, you know, those types of skill ruins. So having good AoE control, of course, and for the most part with those skill ruins, I mean, they do pack an absolute punch in terms of what percentage you can work with to do a lot of damage. Except the Black Hole. The Black Hole is not more for damage. It's more in a support role to kind of group the enemy together. So I mean, it could be used in that term. But it'll be interesting to see on what more we'll get out from this, because again, we've got good breakage, we've got fantastic DPS, and we can see what this will do. I'm hoping and I'm praying that this skill gives us some crazy debuffs onto the enemy. Maybe making it so that they get defense drop, allowing us then to do more damage to them. I don't know, somewhere around. I mean, yeah, it'll be pretty crazy. I'm not gonna lie, this does look like some sort of like space galaxy type vibe. This might be it. This hits the Twilight Lord theme. I'm not even going to cap right now. I'm just saying. So yeah, new job change, potential name, Twilight Lord. Chapter 18 is going to be a requirement. Have to be completed on hard. Probably going to stick with the power level requirement. So we're at 90k. Either they'll ask, I mean, I would say 100k that. It'll probably say... it could go up by 20k if they want to do that, so it might be 110 instead. But I think 120 might be the point on where they want to put it at. So 120, I would say just make sure to get it around there if you can, or if you have it already. I know some of you guys, I saw someone post about saying that, you know, they're at 120, and then with the artifact creation they shot up to 200. So I'm just like, okay, well, I've like with that artifact creation event, people are skyrocketing with their power level, which is fantastic. And then if it is going to involve the battlefield floor, which I feel like they could, it might be either 40 or 45. I think it should say 40, because yeah, 40 is pretty tough. If you can get, if you get through 40, then give yourself a pat on the back. That's pretty tough. But yeah, that's just a little bit of a heads up. Now, I don't know when this job chamber is coming about. It could be releasing... I think it's either going to be... I think it's going to be the end of October. If they want to release it with the JINWOO update, then cool. But I think it's going to probably be just before the half anniversary update. So, end of October update leading into half anniversary.